EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Nick's going to tap this forward. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now a first carry here for their running back. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Off the play fake, Daniels. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
To throw is Nix. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Nix to the air. Under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going. It's Nix. He's going to air one out. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Now here's Samuel on the end around. There for the stop defensively, Nick Bonito. When you look at this Bronco defense, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league. Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 25, here's 2nd down at 7. Working out of the gun, Daniels. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. 2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle, up out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Down the sideline he goes. He may go. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards on the ground. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Nix. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Buffalo 18. Let's go now.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Escaping the pressure right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Come 19. Come 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier. Down the numbers. There he goes. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Daniels. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Daniels from the gun on third down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here is third and quite a ways.
18, Pioneer.
Slot man moves right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down?
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
They'll try and throw for it here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, fourth and long here, late second quarter. I mean, Charles, you knew that was going to be a very tough play to convert. But now, not only do you not convert it, you give up a pick six the other way and give the other team all the momentum.
Well, Brandon, I don't think we ever go into a game where both teams don't tell us that they plan to be aggressive in what they're doing on offense. But there's aggressive, and then there's reckless. And how about this one? In the first half of a close game, that backfired on them in a big way. Now I think they're in a position where they have to take a lot of risks in order to try and catch up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. Hut, hut.
Throwing after the interception. Nix. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
To throw is Daniels. Now a short one to Gesicki. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
To the air goes Daniels. Flushed out right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Here's Daniels. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now Daniels. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Daniels looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by McManus is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before break. Nix. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Broncos 14.
Guys settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
Well, they let McLaurin try and run. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Ready. 79 Broncos. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates. 18 Raptors. Ready.
Now it's Nix. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
At the 21-yard line.
19 Lions. Check go.
Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
19. Come 19. Go.
Throwing Nix. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Gesicki, 29 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
To throw, here's Nix. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
Let's go.
And this is not going to work as planned. It'll be blown up behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And different running back, same result as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Operating from the gun, Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 148 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. to about the 48-yard line. Now a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Daniels. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. Operating from the gun. Daniels. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Samuel in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Oh, a design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. He sets to fire deep. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. This is 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Flash the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
I like the call there, because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Robinson up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.